Hello family, welcome to Smart Hustle. Let's jump right into this explainer. Let me ask you something right off the bat. What if the biggest rules about money are literally the ones nobody ever tells you? Why is it that some people just seem to naturally understand wealth, while others keep repeating the exact same mistakes over and over? Today, we are breaking down the hidden rules of money that nobody talks about. Most of us are handed this standard, almost outdated playbook. Go to school, get a job, save whatever pennies are left over, right? But what if the biggest, most impactful rules about wealth generation are deliberately left out of that curriculum? What if the difference between a constant financial struggle and true financial freedom isn't just blind luck, but simply a lack of hidden knowledge? Okay, let's dive into this. Here's the real question we need to ask ourselves. What if building wealth isn't actually about working harder? We all know people putting in exhausting, backbreaking 60-hour weeks, yet they still struggle just to get by. Hard work is absolutely honorable, but raw effort alone, it's just not the key. The secret lies in understanding a few very simple rules. Rule number 1, money follows value. This is a massive perspective shift. Money doesn't just follow the hours you clock on a timesheet, it follows value. And generating value fundamentally boils down to solving problems and being highly useful to others. Think about it like a giant magnet. If you solve a difficult problem, let's take a graphic designer, for instance, who rebrands a struggling local bakery and brings in a flood of new customers, you generate massive value. You didn't just spend hours drawing, you solved a real revenue problem for that business. The bigger the problem you solve, the stronger your magnet becomes, and the more money naturally flows towards you. It's not about the sweat, it's about the solution.
Moving to rule number 2, income alone won't make you rich. Now, what's really interesting here is how this rule completely shatters a myth most of us grew up believing, that a high-paying salary is the ultimate finish line. But honestly, a big paycheck is only half the story. Money earned is incredibly fleeting. It can so easily be spent. You can earn $1 million a year, but if you spend $1,000,001, you're still totally broke. True wealth is built by what you keep and what you actively grow. It's the difference between just holding a handful of seeds and actually taking the time to plant them to grow an orchard.
Which brings us to rule number 3. Expenses expand with income.
This is the dangerous trap that catches almost everyone as their career progresses. We call it lifestyle inflation. Basically, it's the overwhelming tendency for our expenses to increase at the exact same rate our income does. You get a raise, so naturally you upgrade your car. You get a nice end-of-year bonus, so you move into a bigger apartment. Without really careful management, simply making more money just means, spending more money.
And this brilliantly illustrates the problem. When your expenses constantly rise to meet your new income, your net growth is exactly zero. It's literally like running on a financial treadmill. You're running faster, you're sweating more, you're earning more, but you are staying in the exact same place. More money hasn't actually changed your underlying financial situation. It's just made your life way more expensive to maintain.
All right, rule number 4. Time is your greatest asset.
Notice that the rule doesn't say cash is your greatest asset. No, time holds infinitely more wealth-building power than the actual money you hold today. The magic mechanism here is compounding. It's like rolling a tiny snowball down a really long hill. The earlier you start, the more time that snowball has to gather momentum and multiply in size. $5 invested in your 20s has vastly more potential energy than $5 invested in your 50s, purely because of the runway it has to work for you. So you've got to start early.
Finally, rule number 5, the system rewards knowledge.
Listen, the financial system is not some chaotic casino. It's a highly structured environment designed to actively reward those who take the time to understand its mechanics. Think of this as a simple 3-step checklist for your daily financial habits. Step 1, dedicate just a few minutes a day to learn how money works. Step 2, armed with that fresh knowledge, make slightly better daily decisions, like choosing to save instead of splurge. And Step 3, over time, watch as those tiny, better decisions compound into life-altering outcomes. It's really that simple.
The pattern of awareness.
So the crucial point is, when we take a step back and connect all 5 of these isolated rules together, we stop seeing random financial events and start to see a clear, unified pattern. Money is not random, it follows principles. Whether it's creating value, avoiding that lifestyle inflation treadmill, or leveraging your time, these are fixed laws. Deeply understanding these principles strips away all the mystery and hands you the ultimate control over your life.
And this distinction right here is absolutely vital.
Most people struggle with money, and it is almost never because they lack effort. The struggle stems entirely from a lack of awareness of the system. I mean, if you are playing a really complex board game, but nobody ever bothered to teach you the rules, of course you're going to lose, no matter how hard you try.
But gaining that awareness, man, that changes absolutely everything. Shifting your mindset from simply trading your precious hours for dollars to actively applying these hidden rules, that is the exact bridge between everyday struggle and lasting wealth.
Now, you might be thinking you've got it all figured out, but even when you apply all of these rules perfectly, there is still one silent force out there, a force that quietly, almost invisibly, destroys your wealth over time if left unchecked. To understand what that is, you'll have to join us next time, where we will be breaking down this silent wealth killer in detail. You definitely won't want to miss it. Before we wrap up this explainer, I want to hear from you. Which of these hidden money rules surprised you the most today? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to keep uncovering the hidden architecture of wealth, make sure to subscribe to Smart Hustle. Because as we've seen today, the biggest financial lessons in life are often the ones nobody ever explains. Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next one.